Hello my dear students, I hope everyone is in good health. Today in this session, I am going to continue with the same chapter with the new topics, chemical equation, balanced chemical equation, and how to balance a chemical equation by a method known as hit and trial method. So let us start. What is chemical equation? Chemical equation is a symbolic representation of chemical reaction using what? Using symbols and formulae of the given substances involved in chemical reaction. Let us understand this with the help of an example. It is a symbolic representation of chemical reaction using symbols and formulae of the given substances involved in chemical reaction. We know in the lower classes you have learned in class 7 and 8 that a chemical reaction has two parts, left hand side and right hand side. Left hand side generally we get the reactant part, and right hand side where the products are formed is the product part. Now let us take an example. Let us give an example. Iron plus chlorine gives iron chloride. This is the chemical reaction. Let us write the reaction equation then. Equation is Fe plus Cl2 gives FeCl2. Now you can see that Fe here is the Fe and Cl2 are before the arrow. That means they are the reactants. Students, already you know about this because in the class 7 you have learned the chemical reaction, chemical equation, but in elaboration of that we are proceeding with the chemical equation in the class 9 also, so that more difficult equation also you can solve with that. And now this part is the product. Okay. Now this type of reaction you have to see that these are all symbols and formulas has been used in this reaction. Now Fe, you will find how many atoms are there? 1 atom of Fe. Here 2 atoms of chlorine. Here 1 atom of Fe and 2 atoms of chlorine has been used here. That means this is already being balanced. So I am not required to balance this reaction. It is already balanced. So let us take one example where the reaction is. Another example I am taking. This is number 1. This is number 2. Zn, that is zinc. I am directly writing the zinc plus hydrochloric acid gives zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. Gas is symbolized with the up arrow key. Now we will see here that in the product side zinc is 1 atom. Here also zinc is 1 atom. This method, how to balance the chemical equation, is being done with the help of hit and trial method. Now what is this hit and trial method? This is known as hit and trial. And when the equation, if you find that it is not balanced, you see here reactant side we find that the chlorine is 1 atom, but in the product side chlorine is 2 atom. That means this reaction is not balanced. This type of reaction is also known as what? Skeletal equation. Now let us balance this by the hit and trial method by adjusting them the number of atoms on the both sides. So Zn, here also Zn 1 atom, here also 1 atom, so it is balanced. Now coming to the chlorine, here we find 2 atoms, but here it is 1 atom. In order to make it 2 atom, we have to give here 2. Now as soon as we give here 2, the hydrogen also becomes 2 atom. Here hydrogen is also 2 atom. That equation is already get balanced. In this way we find that the this skeletal equation now becomes a balanced. Now so what you have done here, That means what? Here I have just touched all the 3 points here. That means what is chemical equation? Chemical equation where we are using the chemical reaction in which symbols and formulas are being used in the reaction. Now, in the reaction, when we find that the reaction is not getting balanced, we say that reaction to be skeletal equation. And when the reaction get balanced by, and why the reaction need to be balanced? The question comes because according to laws of conservation of matter, what it say? That matter cannot be created, cannot be destroyed, but the total number of atoms of each element in the left hand side and the total number of the elements present in the product side should remain equal in number. That means the total sum should be equal. So you have to be according to, because otherwise it will not qualify the law of conservation of matter. So it has to be balanced like this. So this law permits that the reaction need to be balanced all the time. Let us take some more example of the hit and trial method, how to balance the equation. HgO, mercuric oxide, gives Hg plus O2. Now you see, mercury, here you will see that in the left hand side, that is in the reactant side, mercury is 1 atom, here also 1 atom. Oxygen, here 1 atom, but here it is 2 atom. So we have to make it 2 here. Now as soon as we make it 2 here, this also becomes 2 atoms, mercury. So here also we have to make it 2. That means finally the balanced equation becomes what? 2HgO gives 2Hg plus O2. This is another example. One more example you can also take. Magnesium plus water gives magnesium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas is liberated. Now you see that in magnesium plus water, now magnesium here 1 atom, here also magnesium 1 atom, hydrogen here 2 atoms, hydrogen here 2 atoms, plus here 2 atoms, 4 atoms. That means it get disturbed. Oxygen also here 2 atom, but here only 1 atom. So in order to make it oxygen 2 atoms plus hydrogen 4 atom, when you make it the oxygen 2 atom, you have to give here 2. As soon as you give 2, it becomes 2 atoms of oxygen here also, 2 atoms of oxygen here also. And hydrogen 4 atoms, here 2, here also 2. That means now the reaction is balanced. In this way, we can do several types of reaction to many have been given in your exercise also. I have given in the PDF also all the reactions and all. With the answers, you try to practice this type of reaction. And the more the practice you will do, the more it will be easy for you to do with the hit and trial method to balance the chemical equation. So students, that's all for today. And keep practicing all the equation like this. Have a nice day.